Hey friends, how are you? I'm Kristen. I am the owner of Whole Family Health Food, a health food store in Keswick, Ontario. And I am honored to be here today with my colleague, also Chris, a holistic nutritionist from CanPrev Naturals. And we are going to get into a deep dive conversation on one of the most popular natural health products on the market right now. Bum, 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 collagen. So if you have heard about collagen, but you're not really sure what all the hype is about, if you feel like you want to take it, but you would like some more information about the best one to choose or how to pick a good collagen, to know what the right one would be for your needs, then pull up a chair. This conversation is for you. So, Chris, thank you so much for being here. If you want to just give a little introduction to the community so that we can get to know you better, that would be amazing.
Hello, thank you so much for having me again, Kristen. My name is Christina Bradbury. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist with CanPrev Naturals. I've been a nutritionist for over 12 years, and I'm very excited to dive into this hot topic today with you. Lots to talk about.
For sure. I'm so glad to have you here because CanPrev really has become an industry leader, in my opinion, when it comes to collagen manufacturing. And what I see from my perspective in chatting with so many people every day in the store is that there's a lot of interest in collagen, but there's also some vague information or some misinformation. And so people are interested, but also a little bit confused. So maybe we can just kind of start at the top with what the heck is collagen? Why would this be something that anybody would want to take? And then we can sort of dive deeper from there.
Absolutely. So, collagen essentially is protein made up of different amino acids. When we're looking at, the makeup of collagen fibers, we know that it's very high in glycine and proline and hydroxyproline and glutamine. I mean, there's over 1,000 amino acids, which are the building blocks of the collagen protein fibers. And when we're looking at, why take collagen? What are we using it for? Well, collagen is essentially like the glue for the body's connective tissues. When we're looking at keeping our structural organs and tissues intact, collagen has a pretty big role in that process. Our collagen proteins make up over 30% of the total proteins found within our body. And so when we're wondering why would we need to take collagen, well, collagen supports our muscles, our bones, our tendons, our ligaments, our joint and cartilage, our skin, can support eye health, gut health. I mean, there are so many different benefits to collagen, and our body does produce collagen. But once we get into our 20s, and you and I are well past that, once we're in our don't tell anyone. Once you pass your early 20s, your body's collagen production does begin to decline, and so that's where you can start looking at, collagen and maybe what particular need your body needs at that time, and maybe what symptom of collagen, that you're finding within your body that you could use, targeted support. So, essentially, it's a very crucial protein within our body.
Okay, cool. So I know the most kind of, I would say, broadly used collagen that we have is the broad spectrum. There's lots of interest in collagen from my ladies for beauty, right? For hair, skin, nails. But then there's also formulas on the shelf that are very specific, that call out a particular health condition or body part, right? Like bone and joint or skin specifically. How, as a consumer, would I navigate that? How would I decide which one would be right for me? Or I guess the question is, are those different labels just marketing, right? Or is there really a difference if I am looking at using collagen for broad spectrum overall kind of health and beauty, or if I'm going in for a particular goal that I really want to focus in on?
That's an excellent question, because there are a ton of different collagens on the market, and when you talk about CanPrev specific collagens, there are specific collagens for different parts of the body, and the reason being is, earlier I mentioned that a collagen fiber would have over 1,000 different amino acids as part of its makeup. that creates a fairly large molecule in the body to break down and absorb and sort of get to the right places. So when we're talking specifically about CanPrev collagen, CanPrev uses a supplier called Gelita collagens, very clean collagens that actually have this amazing technology where they go and create what we call collagen peptides. So collagen peptides are now, when you have a particular sequence of these amino acids we were talking about, and they're sequenced in just a particular way based on research and everything they found, and they're in a specific size. So those are two major components of collagen peptides that we want to look at: the size of the collagen peptide and the sequence of these amino acids. Now, when you create a specific size and sequence of a collagen peptide, it will actually then be able to target collagen production in a specific area of the body. So speaking of beauty, right? You had mentioned, beauty. A lot of people are taking collagen for skin. Collagen is very important for the dermal layer, and collagen can absolutely support skin healing, reduction of wrinkles, fullness of skin, firmness, cellulite reduction. I mean, there are a lot of different benefits. And so when we're looking at the CanPrev Collagen Beauty, for example, it's a white label. And yes, it is marketed as beauty, but there's a reason it's marketed as beauty. That particular collagen peptide is what we call a kilodalton size of 2. Kilodalton is how we measure. We're getting scientific here, right? Kilodalton is how we measure the size of the peptide. So it's a very small peptide size. That particular peptide size has been researched, third-party research, and studied and shown to support collagen within the dermal layer and efficiently and effectively collagen production within those layers within actually 28 days. So the research has shown within 28 days, you have noticed, firmer skin. And again, there are wound healing studies done on this particular product. So yes, that product will target the dermal layer. Will you still get residual, other collagen benefits from it? Of course you will. But the main role of that size is to target in the dermal layer. Then you can have something like a collagen for bone, where then we go look at a larger kilodalton size of 5. So that kilodalton size, that particular peptide sequence and size, has been shown through research to support collagen production for bone health. So prevention of osteoporosis, support if you already have, low levels and your bone density is low. That's an amazing product, to sort of help to build or prevent further loss. There's an amazing one called the joint and cartilage. So that particular collagen is a kilodalton size of around 3. And so 3.5. So when you're dealing with that, research shows that your collagen production within joint and cartilage is more efficient and effective. So if you're dealing with an injury, if you have, pain in your knees, if you're training for a run and you're going to have a lot of, or a marathon, you're going to have a lot of stress on your joints and you want to be preventative, research shows that that particular collagen builds up in the system within 5 weeks to then help your body produce collagen in those particular areas. So, they are on the label, but it's not pure marketing. It's not the same product in each one container. They really are sort of specifically individualized for those particular collagen formations. And then, if you want a piece of every pie and you want to have muscle and you want to have joint and cartilage and beauty, you can then go to the full spectrum, which is a really nice product because the collagen full spectrum then has all of these different size and sequence of peptides combined into one formula so that your body is able to then still have those little individual targeted productions of collagen, but in one product. So will you still get the 28-day benefit? No, probably not, because you're not taking as much, but you will get that benefit over time, right? So you're not targeting as much, but you are getting all of those in one product so that over time, you're going to get that overall benefit for skin, for muscle, for joint, for cartilage. So it really is a very cool product. And there's no taste. It mixes in clear. So, you kind of get the best of all worlds there.
That's awesome. So that explains why on the label of your full spectrum collagen, it has a 2 to 5 kilodalton, sort of call out. And so a lot of people, they're like, well, what is this? And I have a very rudimentary, I guess, way of explaining it. I sort of refer to all of those different peptide sequences and chain lengths as just keys that fit into different locks and turn
Absolutely.
on collagen production in different parts of the body. So that's my very, very, simplified way of explaining it. But my mind loves imagery, so I kind of go to those kind of pictures where I can picture the key in the lock, turning it on. But so in the broad spectrum, I'm getting keys that are going to turn on collagen production in all different areas of my body. How does this way that CanPrev manufactures collagen fit into this way that we've sort of heard about collagen referred to as, type 1, type 2, type 3? How does that fit in, or does it, or is that marketing? So like I say, there's so much information, right? It can get really
There's a lot of
confusing.
information, and now after watching this, your
Yeah,
clients are going to be able to go and school you on a kilodalton, which is great.
100%.
When it comes to types of collagen, within the human body, there are about 16 different types of collagen in the body. Type 1 and type 3 are the most abundant types of collagen within our body. Okay, so you're going to often see type 1 and type 3 in these collagen formulas because those are what make the most sense for us in collagen supplementation. Type 1, we know you can get from multiple sources. You can get from marine source, you can get from bovine source. Type 3, you're predominantly getting from bovine source. Um, and so when we're looking at a collagen supplement and we're seeing type 1 and type 3, that's great. But as you mentioned, we're still looking to make sure the key fits. So whether you have it from, marine, which might be predominantly type 1, or bovine, which has both, you just need to make sure that key fits. You need to make sure your size and sequence are absorbed and working and, activating that collagen production in your body. So you might see type 2 collagen, which would be from chicken sternum, and people tend to use just type 2 if they're looking to focus on one particular area in joint. That's also another option. But generally speaking, when someone's looking for a broad-based collagen, or even a beauty collagen, type 1 and 3 combined are a really good way to go. And because, our body, 90% of our collagen in our body is type 1 and type 3. So like I mentioned, it is the most abundant form. And so, if we're kind of going to break that down even more, like I mentioned, marine and bovine, that then, creates that other question of, well, what should I be taking? Should I be taking marine? Should I be taking bovine? So, and you'll find, most bovine collagens are actually a little bit less expensive. And maybe that's based on, resourcing and sourcing out the actual materials. And again, they are higher in collagen type 3. Do they work the same way? In terms of collagen type 1 or skin and beauty, they're going to work the same way. The research suggests that, marine collagen and bovine collagen have very similar properties in terms of how they work in the body and the amino acid profile. It really just comes down to, are you allergic to fish, or, do you want to pay the extra dollars when you are getting the additional benefit from the bovine? And, when you're getting a quality of type 1 and type 3 that's actually like a grass-fed good quality bovine, then that's another thing you want to look at, which collagen full spectrum is.
Okay, so the most important things for me to look for if I'm shopping for collagen is clean source over the particular type of animal or fish.
Yeah,
Type 1, type 2, type 3 is less important than those actual size and sequence of peptide chains. That's going to be what really influences how my body absorbs the product and how those keys turn the lock and activate collagen production. So the
absolutely.
type is less important. The collagen peptide length and the sequence of the chain is more important for efficacy.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's super helpful. So, yeah, that really helps to just know what to look for and what to not worry about so much, right? Because sometimes there's just so many marketing messages that are coming at us that it does get a little overwhelming to know, okay, what part of this is actually important, right? What part
Mhm.
of this is important for me in achieving the goals that I want to achieve with this product? So that's super helpful. I really appreciate those insights. So if I have chosen the right collagen for my goals, most of it I see comes in a powder. What's the best way to just start integrating that into my life? Like, how do I use that? How do I take that?
So it's actually very versatile. Like as I mentioned, you could mix it into something and it really mixes quite well. And there's no like really flavor to the collagen. So there are a lot of people that actually like to mix collagen in their morning coffee as a start, because they're like, I don't even know it's there. I'm just going to kind of put a scoop in there, mix it around, make like, an energizing coffee and add some coconut oil to it and just have that sort of like, nice boost in the morning. I honestly myself, I just like to take it with a little bit of water. The Most people like to take the beauty collagen at night or regular collagen at night because they do find that collagen can even actually help with sleep. So taking a cup of collagen in water before bed, maybe not too much water because you're going to sleep before bed, is a great way to do it. I would try to avoid adding it to smoothies. I do kind of like it separate from that because we know collagen is protein. So adding collagen to maybe a protein smoothie, there might be some, competition for absorption there. So if you are having like a high protein smoothie, just avoid having your collagen in that smoothie. If collagen is your main source of protein in the smoothie, that's a bit of a different story. But really, like, I know people who bake with it. There's a lot that you could do, but for me, I'm a simple collagen and water stir up and go kind of girl. So
Awesome. Um, and what's the reasonable expectation for timing? Like, is this something that is safe for me to take long term? And how long should I be taking it consistently before I expect to see a result? If it is, say, of the broad spectrum that's got a little bit of everything in it.
well, everybody's body is different, and sort of what they need and where their collagen production is at is going to be different for everybody. So, when we're taking collagen, we're essentially taking that collagen so that it will stimulate our body's production of more collagen. So, depending on what your needs are, maybe, we could be, the same age and same person, but our internal body is very different and unique to us, right? So, I might notice if I'm taking a full spectrum and I have very sore joints to begin with. I might notice within, 1 to 2 months that, oh wow, okay, I'm feeling a lot peppier in my step. I don't have as much pain, where you might notice something within skin a lot quicker than I would. So it really is individualized to the person's body and sort of what they're looking for in collagen production. But can you take it for too long? No. It's collagen. Our body produces collagen. And again, I'm going to stress that when we're taking this collagen, it's not like we're storing collagen in our body. We're stimulating our body to produce collagen. So for as long as you want to stimulate your body to produce collagen for all of the reasons that we discussed, you can take the product, right? It's just the same as like having a food source essentially because it is produced from, these animal sources. So
Awesome.
totally safe for long term.
Okay, that's good news. I guess I know a lot of people, once they start to see the benefits, they don't want to stop.
They don't want to stop, and you shouldn't, because if you're taking, like, for example, if you're taking the beauty collagen and you finally get to a point where you're like, wow, I really notice a difference, I'm done. And then you cut it off cold turkey, and then it's like your body's now had the support to stimulate collagen production. And so eventually, that collagen production will slow again. So I would stay on it actually for a longer term and just kind of get that production going. So yeah, we're good. We can.
Okay. Amazing. That information has been so helpful. Thank you so much for just helping to demystify collagen a little bit, clear up a lot of the misinformation and confusion. And I think you've given our community just some really tangible information to help them feel more confident when they're picking the right collagen product for themselves at retail. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom as always. It's been amazing to chat with you, and I hope that you'll come back and join us again.
Of course, anytime. I always love being here. Thank you for inviting me to your community today, and enjoy your collagen today.
Thank you so much. I absolutely will.